Hello. This is gonna be the first lesson. It's not really gonna be a lesson, but I'm gonna introduce the materials I use. I'm gonna talk about them a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you something at the end that's gonna be pretty cool, I hope. Whatever materials you have available to you, use them. I wouldn't suggest using the internet for all of your learning, because anyone can post anything on the internet, and a lot of times people post stuff that isn't really accurate. You can post whatever you want, so they could tell you you're saying, "Hi, my name is blah blah blah" in Japanese, and you could be saying, "You smell like fried eggs." So, I wouldn't recommend using the internet for all of it, but you can always use it for quick checking stuff, and you find some cool stuff on there. But I would definitely get at least one How to Learn Japanese book just to use as a reference. I'll show you my favorite one. But first, sorry, I got my books over here. I would definitely recommend looking into getting an English to Japanese dictionary. They're really helpful for single words. With the way Japanese works, you can't just go and look up "I like tacos" and then put it all together and read it in Japanese and say "I like tacos." It doesn't work that way. You will sound like an idiot. So just warning you. But they are helpful to have. I wouldn't recommend getting this one specifically unless you can find one with better binding, because I don't know if you can see, but my pages come out. So it's pretty old, but it's falling apart. But any pocket dictionary, just for simple use, is very helpful. You can probably find these in any bookstore. They're Manga University. There's kana and kanji, katakana, but it's abbreviated kana, which I'll talk more about later. This one's just How to Learn the ABCs of Japanese. I think it's a really cute book. They have, each page has the symbol or the letter, and then a little description and a picture that goes with it. So it's kind of fun to learn from. There's an option in the bottom where you can practice writing it. Practice writing your symbols always. They're probably not called symbols. But always practice writing them, because that's the only way you're ever going to get better. But there's these. There's probably more of them. They're fun to have. They're not necessary. Instant Japanese. I have this. I don't use it very often, but it does have some cool stuff in it. Just simple phrases that you would need, like teaches you how to say water, how to say I'm from Australia. Just little stuff like that that might come in handy one day if you find yourself stuck in a situation. You can just whip out your book and be like, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, I can speak Japanese just fine. There's always the Japanese for Dummies. Anything for Dummies is usually pretty good. This one came with a DVD, which I lost after I broke accidentally. Personally, I'm not crazy about the format that this teaches in. I found it pretty boring. I got about a chapter in and just couldn't do it anymore. Chapter 3 starts with introductions. I didn't like the way it was written and the order in which everything is taught. So the best one I've ever found that I love, and I totally recommend getting this if you can. I think they cost like $20, but go to a bookstore, 25, yeah, sorry. Go to a bookstore and look and see if they have this. It is amazing. Japanese the Manga Way, an illustrated guide to grammar and structure. It's by Wayne P. Lammers. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon, post a link below. But if you can find this one, I totally recommend getting it. I'm probably going to be doing most of my learning and teaching out of this book. It has, I don't know if you can see it, but a complete guide of all of the different symbols. It's a syllabary, probably saying that wrong. I'm gonna say a lot of things wrong in the beginning. I'll get better as you get better, so sorry in advance. By the way, it's anime and manga. I have always said anime and manga, and I'm gonna try to start saying this correctly. Sorry if I forget. But this is a really, really helpful guide to have. It's fun to learn from. I love the order it teaches in, because it starts with the stuff that you need to know, rather than jumping right in with, this is how you say hello and talk to people. From that, from the syllabary they have, I made my own using cardboard. It goes this way, sorry. I just used cardboard and made a little guide thing. It's kind of like a game. Whenever I wake up in the morning, while I'm drinking my coffee or whatever, I just put these down, and then I have these that I made out of cut up paper. They have all the different letters on them. So I have most of them here. The rest are scattered around my living room thanks to my ferrets. They like to play in them. But it has all the different symbols and letters, so it's fun to try to match them up. It don't have to work too hard, but you learn at the same time. So that's fun to have. Anything that helps you learn, do it. Oh, I forgot to introduce. I'm missing a book. There it is. This one. Japanese Cultural Encounters. This is so much fun to read. I'm actually going to read one scenario at the end of each lesson. It's pretty much, it gives you a scenario, and then it gives you 4 choices of why did this happen this way, or what did this person do wrong. It's really cool to see what things in the Japanese culture are way different than ours, because some of the stuff in here is completely opposite of American culture. I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I live in America. So it's really weird just to see how different their culture is, and it's probably going to be helpful if you end up in Japan one day, because it'll save you from a lot of really embarrassing and awkward situations. So I'm going to be reading from that, and this is just a realization I had, but it's going to be really fun while I'm learning to realize all of the stuff I collected over the years that is not Japanese and that is actually Chinese. I know a lot of my friends and I all throughout the years have seen stuff in stores and, oh, that has Japanese writing on it, and we'll get it. And I have so much stuff in my room. I don't know. Here. My room's kind of messy. But, like, I have that my mom got me, and I have all those fans, and that, and giant fan. So, I have all sorts of stuff that I'm going to probably notice in the future. Hey, that's Chinese. But I think it'll be funny. I'm probably gonna do a Japanese letter of the day starting next video. That way, if you guys really don't want to learn letters on your own chart or whatever, you'll still learn them. I'm going to be doing katakana, not hiragana or kanji yet. I'm going to go into what those are, if you don't know, next lesson. But I will be doing that, so hopefully that'll help you learn the letters. If you have any suggestions, or if I said anything that's wrong, or if you have questions, want me to do anything in a different video, whatever, tell me. You can always comment, you can send me a message. I made a Facebook page. I don't know if anyone is going to care or not, but I'm going to put fun stuff up on it, maybe some Japanese recipes, and maybe like a once a week kind of trivia or whatever. I don't know. I'll think of something fun to do with it. I'll put a link below if you want to look at that. I would put a link somewhere in this video frame, but I can't figure out how. So if you want to tell me how to do that, feel free. That would be awesome. So I guess that's it. for what I wanted to say, so I'm going to read the first Japanese cultural encounter. Forgive me if I mess up, I've always been really bad at reading out loud. I'm gonna try to do better, but I might say something stupid. This one's called Apology. It says, Tom rented a car one weekend. It was his first time driving a car in Japan, but he had been an excellent driver in the United States. On his way to a friend's house, however, he had an accident. A young child about 4 years old ran into the street from an alley just as Tom was driving by. Tom was driving under the speed limit and he was watching the road carefully, so he stepped on the brakes immediately. However, the car did brush against the child, causing him to fall down. Tom immediately stopped the car and asked a passerby to call the police and an ambulance. Fortunately, the child's injuries were minor. The police did not give Tom a ticket and he was told that he was not at fault at all, thanks to some witness reports. He felt sorry for the child, but decided there was nothing more he could do, so he tried to forget about the accident. However, several days later, Tom heard from the policeman that the child's parents were extremely upset at how Tom had responded to the incident. Why were the child's parents upset? A. They believed the police let Tom go too easily only because he was an American. Tom was, in fact, at fault. If you think it's that, comment. B. They were angry because Tom did not apologize to them, nor did he visit the child at the hospital, even though it was not his fault. Tom should have done those things to show his sincerity. C. Tom should have given the family money because a child was involved. In Japan, when someone has an auto accident involving a child, the driver is supposed to pay a sizable amount of apology money, regardless of whose fault it is. Or D. They were egotistical people who could never admit that they and their family could do any wrong. There are quite a few parents like that in Japan these days because of social pressure to perform well. Those who cannot live up to the expectations of their relatives and supervisors tend to suffer from this syndrome. So, pick whichever you think it is, which answer, and comment below, and I will tell you the answer in the next video. I'll try to get it up soon. I know I've been really slow. If you look at the date on the last video, you'll realize that it was a couple months ago. My hair was purple. It's obviously not purple anymore. Really sorry about that. I'm gonna try to be way more punctual. Sorry. So comment, and then I will tell you the answer in the next video. And whoever gets it right first, I will mention them. So, yay! I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me if I did anything wrong. Go to your bookstore and check out, see if they have any of those books or any other one that you think might help. They're definitely worth it to have at least one. So, bye-bye!